Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm at work right now. I give all thanks and praise to God. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. It's hot. All right. So, I came to record this video because I felt moved to record this video. And um, I I feel so deeply to be privileged through the grace of God to be able to provide this information for you guys. Um, Quite some time ago, I haven't had a dream in months. Um, but when I do have one, they're so powerful. And this is one that I had. Um, I I just got off of work. I was going through some things with a person that I was in a relationship with in the past. And I was at my own place at that time. And I was laying on my couch. I still have my uniform on. Actually, I fell asleep with it on, and I prayed. I prayed super deep because I really wanted to be with, be in God's presence. So, yeah, that's what I asked for when I was praying to Jesus Christ, to God in Jesus Christ's name. Um, so in my dream, I seen nothing. It looked really foggy and it just looked really cloudy. You know how when it gets foggy in the middle of the night or early in the AM, but it was so foggy that you couldn't see anything. It just looked really white and really clean everywhere. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, where am I? Hello, is anyone here? Where am I?" So I started looking around. I was in my dream. I just started looking around. I'm looking to see what if I notice anything. Um, I don't remember going anywhere like this. Um, and then a window appeared. It was like an arch type of window. It had like those bars on it, like how you have on a house when it was like swivel and like a design, but they wasn't black. They were gold, and it caught my attention right away. I was just looking at it for like a good second, and I was a little distance away from it, and then it opened, and then a guy was there, and like he kind of gestured for me to come here, and I was really cautious, you know but it did just appear out of, I'm not sure where it came from because I didn't see anything before that. So I went to the window, and he was talking to me subconsciously, though he wasn't using his mouth, and I was trying to get the words, like looking at his mouth, but he never used his mouth. And then I was really, um, I guess I was really paying attention to his lips, because when we talk with each other, we usually talk with our lips. He wasn't using his hands. He was looking right in me, like at me. And he started laughing, and I started laughing. I mean, he kept laughing. I kept laughing. It was the most enjoyable thing I've experienced, because um I was just so kind of unhappy. Before the dream, I was happy. I wasn't content. So he stopped laughing, and I stopped laughing. I seemed like I just was such in happiness with him laughing, like I couldn't stop without him stopping. So I was looking around behind the window. I'm looking. It looked like an office, but on the outside, it just looked like a window. And like I seen a file cabinet. It just looked like a regular office. So then he just reached from where he was, and he put his book on the counter. Um, it was a pretty big book. It looked like a really huge wide book. And I was just looking at him. And then he pushed it out of the window to me. And then I was looking at the book, and what I noticed, it just was it looked like it was leather, or it looked like the window, but it was a book. The same like kind of design or whatever that was around it. It was just like the window. And I on the side of it, it was real detail. It was like in alphabetical order. I see all the letters, and this book was so big, but the letters seemed to just keep going on and on and on and on. Um, I can only recognize so many because I started looking for my letter, trying to. I mean, my first instinct was like, I'm gonna look and see if there's an R, and then I start looking for my children's letters, and I seen all those letters. I seen my letter. He specifically opened it because I tried to open it and I couldn't move it. The cover was too heavy for me. I tried to push it. I couldn't push it. The book was too heavy, or it just was too strong. I couldn't push the book. I couldn't open the book. He opened the book. He showed me laying down on the couch, sleep, where my letter was. And I was just looking at it, and I asked him, "Can I touch it?" And then he said, while I was asking, "Can I touch it?" He insisted for me to touch it. So I touched it, but when I touched it, my hand went inside of the page, like it felt like water, like it was alive. Like I moved when I was laying on the couch, and I seen myself move, and I could feel. I could put my hand in there. It was like water, but I can actually put my hand in there and touch stuff. At my house while I was asleep. So I was just my mind was just blown. So then on the other side of the picture, it was just these little tiny lines. Like I couldn't. I tried to read them. Like I got close and close. I got as close as I could. Like I put my face on the paper, like trying to see, and I couldn't read what was on that paper because it was so defined, small. Like I don't even think a magnifying glass. You couldn't see. It was like the smallest. It was thinner than a hair. It was way thinner than a hair. But everything that I was saying to him there, everything that I say is there. Like what I'm saying right now to you is being filled in on my paper, my page. Because I'm the one saying it. So like if it was a P for Pam, or a D for David, or any of those alphabets with your name on it, is gonna have everything that you ever say, everything you ever do, everything you look at, everything you eat, every single innate detail about you is in there. So please be careful with what you say. Be mindful of what you do. Um, we have to take responsibility for things that we say and we do. It's actually a record. I'm sure there's a record in hell as well because it was so detailed. The book was alive. It was like Ella Enchanted. When that little face was on there and then she bumped in, he was like, oh, he started talking and stuff. It didn't talk. It talked subconsciously, but it communicates subconsciously, just like the man did, but it doesn't talk, but it's alive, like the Bible. The Bible is alive, y'all. But it was even more alive where it was talking to me. And I believe that's the book was the one that told me that everything that's in there that I say is gonna be in there. So I start saying stuff to see, and it was filling it in. It was filling it in. I moved on the couch. It was filling it in. Everything about my life, your life, anyone's lives, it's just filling it in, filling in every single thing. There's nothing that we've ever said or did, ate, anything that's not there. I was just really like, wow. And then he closed it, and then he gave it to me. And he was waving me off to like I was gonna go, and I start walking backwards, and I start trying to hold on to stuff like a chair. I seen a chair. All of a sudden, I held on to the chair. I was still trying to talk to him. I wasn't trying. For some reason I wanted to keep talking with him, and he was just waving me off like, but he gave me the book, and I have no idea what the meaning of the dream I had was, but it felt so real. I was there. And that was the first time I went to heaven, y'all.